about your budget proposals.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I have with me our board chair, Jane Alvis, and also Commissioner Larry Keaton. We have our finance manager, Ian Myers, our manager of public art, Carrie Logan, and we have two of our grantees, the Nashville Ballet with Angie Adams and Sandy Obendonsky, and Jonah Smith Jonah Rabinowitz from the W.O. Smith Music School. So we've got some good friends here.
Good.
As you know, we are doing the best we can with less. And I actually think it's been a great year for the Arts Commission to thrive. And we've done that specifically through facilitating partnerships both inside and outside of Metro to kind of help us scale our work, working on ingenuity and really being led by the board into some new and exciting directions. If you'll indulge, I'll take a couple just highlights of our year this year. We're really excited. We have installed 5 new works of public art this year, including last week, the aileron sculpture in McCabe Community Center, which I hope you
I saw the video of it. Looked great.
Thanks.
Saw the wind blowing through it.
It's lovely. And we've gotten wonderful feedback from the neighbors, even 3 from golfers who didn't consider themselves art lovers, which I like.
I was walking my dog by there last night, and a woman was running by, and she goes, how long has that been there? And I said, well, it's been there for a week or 2. And she goes, well, it's great, because I was so worried it was going to be a golf ball. It was going to be our public art, so she was planning for that. It was her comment, not mine.
Right. So we've just had great feedback for it, and what I'm excited to say is in planning phase right now, either in planning, design, or preparing for, we're fairly confident there will be 65 new individual works of public art by the end of 2015. So we're really excited about the momentum of the program and the leadership there. The other thing that we've continued to strive hard on is to really increase the visibility of all the arts and the cooperation between the arts in the community through a couple of high-profile initiatives, the largest of which is Arttober, our citywide celebration of the arts. We had over 250,000 media impressions last year and national attention from the NEA and some travel blogs around the importance of the arts in the month of October. This year we've secured a private sector sponsor who we will reveal within the next few weeks. MNPS has agreed to do a curricular integration looking at Tennessee art, visual art, and music, which we think is fantastic. And we're looking at flex pass options so more people can participate in more of the arts. Thanks with your support, things on Avenue of the Arts and Fifth Avenue are going gangbusters. We're just really thrilled about that visual arts district and its growth. In just a few days, we're going to launch our very first transit interaction. We'll launch the Poetry in Motion initiative.
Yeah, tell us about that. Mr. Ballard going to do poetry?
He is. I don't know if he is, but we've actually secured 13 original works from local poets, 4 of whom are under the age of 18, and the others are professional published poets. We've worked with the Poetry Society of America and the Poet in Residence in Vanderbilt, and we will have English and Spanish versions of poems in 300 different placards within the buses that will run the entire month of April, which is National Poetry Month and Transit Week. So,
what do you have on the number 7 Hillsborough?
I do not know. They're actually installing them today and tomorrow, so I will double check for you. Hopefully, they'll have some really good stuff. It's really great work, and it's modeled after initiative in 20 other cities. And we're really thrilled that Alice Quinn, the editor of the poetry editor of the New Yorker, will be here the first week of April, and she's going to help us launch the initiative. So it's really great for us, and we know transit's a big passion of yours, and it's a passion of ours too. And sort of taking arts to more people and having access to them is great. So.
Good.
The other thing that we've continued to do is to show return on investment through the grant money, which is the largest percentage of our operating budget goes back out into the community in the form of grants. And we've done 2 things that we're really proud of. One is a comprehensive evaluation system so that every grantee is now measuring its impact around creative jobs, creative opportunities created, sort of new opportunities created for the arts and innovation and impact. And so by 2013, we'll implement that in the 2013 grant cycle, and we'll be able to do real-time reporting on those key metrics for the city, which we think is really important. And the last thing we've been able to do is to look at some gaps through the grant funding, like after-school arts. And so particularly in partnering with NASA, we've been able to add artists in after-school programming with the NASA program through a whole new category of after-school arts funding, which we think is great, as well as arts access grants, which provide arts for people with disabilities, senior citizens, et cetera, and those who might not normally have as much access to arts and culture. So we're really excited about those changes in the grant program and their impact on the community.
Okay, what are the challenges that you're facing?
Well, I think the challenges are that in general the private side funding culture, both from the state level as well as the federal level, just means there's just less money. The proposed reduction would effectively require us to reduce the grant amount in the equivalent of the arts access or the after-school art. So it would require us to significantly reduce those 2 new programs that we have just begun to roll out. I think the challenges are also an opportunity. So we've taken sort of the reduced available operating funding as a way to sort of also facilitate other revenue. So we've been increasing our grant making and our grant fundraising and our private side donation solicitation to help offset and to continue to do the programming that the commission has positioned as important. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've, in terms of the past 4 years, I mean, you've actually gone up 2 full-time employees.
And that is mostly because we were able to move the public art employees, not in the operating budget. So the public art employees are able to be paid for in capital budget.
Out of the bond funds.
Right. So sort of we are net even in FTEs related to the operating budget. So even though our headcount has gone up, the impact on the budget has been neutral. Okay. The operating budget.
All right. Rich,
I just appreciate the McCabe. Aileron, say it again?
Aileron. It's the French word for the tail of a biplane, which is what it used to be an airfield.
You knew that.
Because it was bigger. It was the first airport in Nashville was right
exactly.
in McCabe Park.
So.
I thought it was on Hampton Golf Club.
The sign says it's the first. I don't know.
I will. Yeah.
No questions?
Jane, you got any words of wisdom?
No, just really appreciate the staff that Jen's put together and her leadership. We've really made some progress in the last couple of years.
Definitely
so I'm really
can
pleased.
feel the energy, and I think it's, the public art in Nashville plays a huge part in the quality of life, and I think it's a good part of the the buzz about the city. So you're doing great work. I'm looking forward to the poetry.
Good.
That should be fun.
Thanks.
What else you got planned for next year?
Well, we have the Korean Veterans Boulevard public art call that's on the street. We've closed. We're reviewing the bike rack submissions now. 28th Avenue connectors in construction. Lots in
Public art will be part of the 20th Avenue connector.
Yes, we'll actually have 4 transit stops. Actually, am I wrong? 6?
6.
So you have to have 6 transit stops. They'll be our first transit stops that are art projects, as well as the bridge work, which will be integrated. So we're excited about that. Lots of public art stuff in planning. A lot with Poetry in Motion, a lot of education things. We actually have begun to initiate classroom curricula that is standards-based with almost all of our public art initiatives. So the Aileron actually has a classroom guide that's written to core standards. And Metro 3...
Copy that to Mr. Riebling.
So,
as I walk my dog, I can explain to everyone what's
Well, and that's a great example of how a partnership that's allowed us to do something with less money. So Metro 3 has actually been a fantastic partnership where we had to hire out a video crew to help shoot video of the artist doing installation and the artist in his studio. That would have been thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But we were able to go to our partner Metro 3 and sort of say, hey, would you help shoot the installation and help us edit video clips, which will now be available to teachers in the classroom. So when they can't leave for field trips, they'll be able to access video material and use the public work as a classroom tool. And so it's a fantastic way where I think our team has done a good job of saying, we want to not, just because the money isn't readily available there, doesn't mean we still don't want to do the great work of making education available. So we've made a partnership work.
Right. Well, first let me thank the commissioners who are here. I know that our boards and commissions are made up of citizens who do a lot of extra volunteer work and are not compensated except for the satisfaction of knowing they're doing a good job, and we appreciate you all for what you do. And Jen, I appreciate you and your entire staff for creating a very positive atmosphere for this. I think it's been very good. And I think with the convention center coming online next year, there's a whole new series of things that we'll be seeing. So that's great.
Mayor, we appreciate your support over the years. You've been a big supporter of this agency and the arts in general, and we really appreciate that as well.
I was thinking the other night, I went to a hockey game, and I was walking by the public square, and it looks great, I think, at night. I mean, it really looks good. I should note that Councilman Bedney and Councilman Stein are here, both with an interest in this particular commission, I know.
Indeed.
So thanks for your good work, and you can't praise the video guys in Channel 3 enough.
I completely agree with you.
I say that even when the cameras are not on me, I would
No.
say that.
They have been incredible friends to us, and we're really excited about.
Good, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.